I heard he was bitching that he didn't get the fight with Bilal.
I'm not fighting for a world title because I'm coming off a loss and they're giving it to a guy who's been injured for a year and they think that's more exciting, but they're wrong. The world title fight was meant to be Shavkat Rakhmonov taking on Bilal Muhammad for the world title, but Shavkat apparently is out injured. I wonder how that happened. Now they're pulling in a guy who hasn't fought in a year because he's had an operation on his forearm because he broke it in his last fight and hasn't fought in a long time and hasn't been active. So they're giving it to Jack Della Maddalena to fight Bilal Muhammad because I'm coming off a loss. That's okay. Don't worry, I'll get you all. You're all mine.
He was very upset.
You lost your fight. What are you talking about? Like, you don't get, like, you came in second place. You don't get to get rewarded for that. Like, it made the most sense for it to be Jack. So, but yeah, he's number 7 at this point and lost his last fight. I won my last 3, just beat a former champion who was a really good champion. So yeah, I got bigger things going on than Ian Machado Garry.
Do you think he's next in line for the title shot?
I think this week he should get ranked number 1.
Should Shavkat or Brady get the next title shot after JDM?
Maybe it's a number 1 contender fight.
Nah, you think so?
I mean, it's 3 in a row for Brady now. Shavkat, yeah, he's undefeated, but at the same time, I guess it's kind of a similar situation with Movsar and Diego. It's like, who's been more active? It's weird. I'm not saying either one is wrong to give him the title shot, but I think they're both in a prime position. I'm excited for Brady, and I think a rematch between him and Bilal is super exciting, super intriguing to see if he can do the same thing again to Brady, or this Brady 2.0 is capable of shutting down a guy like Bilal who's red hot on fire right now. And of course, Bilal has to fight Jack Maddalena.
Conor McGregor is going to run for the president of Ireland. The idea of Conor going into politics of what he knows nothing about isn't a disqualifier from politics. I know lots of politicians that don't have any idea what politics are about. And I don't think that Conor has the grit to bite down one more time. Main event, that's up for 25 minutes. And when the UFC is scratching their head, they can't figure out what they're doing wrong and why they can't get Conor to sign, they could change that one thing. They could make it 3 5-minute rounds, and your likelihood just by the numbers of getting Conor to put his name on the paper will go up 70%. Conor, 2 jobs, president and cage fighter. Which one is less likely?
What was it like fighting Nick Diaz?
First of all, I didn't even know who he was the freaking first time I fought him, except Jens Pulver, who's a training partner. I remember us looking at him and going at the weigh, and I'm like, this guy's freaking skinny. But more than anything, his boxing was pretty good, and I was swinging for fences. I wasn't refined, and I remember thinking, I don't think any of those punches landed. And even though you're throwing and they're just glancing, that zaps the energy out of you. And right away in that fight, he freaking came out and freaking hit me with a freaking 1-2, which I didn't expect. Just boom, boom, and it freaking wobbled me like right away.
This is the biggest story in the sport. Let's not kid ourselves. When your next fight is going to be John Jones, all this stuff. We saw him emerge on Saturday at the Dirty Boxing event. And then on Saturday, a picture emerged of yourself, Mr. Andy Aspinall, and the great Hunter Campbell of the UFC. And it seemed like everyone was in good spirits, unless this was at the beginning of the meeting before things got really down and dirty. No, it seemed like everyone was very happy to be there. And so inquiring minds want to know, this is it. What can you tell us? How did the meeting go with Hunter Campbell and your father?
Well, this was actually, the picture was actually at the end of the meeting. And believe it or not, that was probably about 2 a.m., that picture.
Wow.
We had a meeting for so I did my event first with Adam Catterall. We had some beautiful people come out there to support us. We did a little meet and greet, and then we did some talks and stuff. It was amazing. It was fantastic. So big shout out to everyone who came there. And then straight after that, we went across town and met Hunter. That was probably around 10:30, 10, something like that. And we had a nice meal. We talked everything through. You know, Hunter has always been extremely personable and reasonable with me. I can't say what he's like with other people, I don't know, but with me and my team, he's been nothing but hospitable and fantastic. And we had a fantastic meeting. Everything went amazing. I understand my position now. I understand what the company's doing now, and you got to stay tuned, my friend, because there's some big news coming. I'm feeling like we're in a good spot right now. Yeah, I mean, I'm a professional MMA fighter, UFC fighter, and that, you know, we're doing all this media stuff lately. It's going really well. Like I said, the YouTube channel's flying, the social media's flying, everything's going really, really good with that, which is good. That's really, really nice. But first and foremost, I like fighting people. That's what I like to do. And if I'm not doing that, I feel a little bit, you know, that's what I like to do. I just like to do that. So that's the most important thing for me. And I've not been doing that over the last 7 months. But after the meeting, I'm feeling very optimistic about things. I'm in a really, really, really good spot with everything and my future moving forward. And I think, it's exciting times, man. It's really exciting times. And the break, I mean, it's not a massive break, to be honest. People are saying, oh, you know, John Jones is holding up your career and stuff. Like, it's only been 7 months. It's not too bad. And yeah, I don't want to say too much, but
I understand.
Exciting stuff in the future for sure.
My permission as the greatest insider in the sport, John will not turn that fight down. John has not been offered that fight. That's the monster in the closet that people don't seem to want to be true. There has not been a suggestion of a date or a venue, not yet, in a phone call to John where his opponent would be Tom for the undisputed title. If you believe that John Jones is refusing to do those things, you're wrong. He's not yet been presented with that offer.
They say he fought with a broken hand and norovirus against Ankalaev. He fought with a broken toe before. When he beat Yuri Prohaska, he had a fucked up knee. Like, remember when he went and he tumbled at the end of the fight?
Yep.
That's because his knee wouldn't support him. He was basically fighting on one leg in the first fight. Then he gets surgery. I guess it's probably meniscus because he came back pretty quick.
Your whole team. You'll do nothing. You'll do nothing. Shut your fucking mouth, you'll do nothing. You'll do fucking nothing. Not one of you will do nothing. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.